Tate V on the beat.
One more time, baby girl. Shadow Sparrow.
Boy, I've been feeling you from the moment you walked in the room. There's just something about you that I like. Oh, could it be the way that you smile when I move my hips, throw it back? I know you like it like this. You like it like this.
I love it.
Somewhere. Kama famiro kako kantina kita usamire ramba wakataro. Kamwe. Kamu tamiro kako kantina kita usamire ramba wakataro. Oh na 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 yeah. You got me going crazy. Got me singing oh baby, oh baby. Oh mama, 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 yeah. You got me going crazy.
Yeah, man.
Got me singing oh baby, oh baby.
The way you shake like a rattle, snake skin tighter than a boa constrictor. Love sick as I look at you. The only antidote, my Zimbabwean creature. Stiff like a statue, but that oily waist have me melting like butter every time my eyes catch you. I remember just say to love one another. Fiery hot, but you cool like shade in a cooler. Clean like a cotton and silk, but smoother. People them a talk about me like food, cause they see how my jaw drop. When our eyes lock like a cyclops, I'm lost in a time of my love. Usamire, Ramba Wakadara.
Oh na 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 yeah. You got me going crazy. You got me singing oh baby,
So
oh
crazy, so
baby.
crazy.
Oh mama, 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 yeah. You got me going crazy. Got me singing oh baby, oh baby. Oh na 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 yeah. You got me going crazy. Oh na na, oh baby, oh baby. Oh mama, 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 yeah. You got me going crazy. You got me singing oh baby, oh baby.
Skip it back. One more time, baby girl. Shadow Sparrow.
Good afternoon, guys. It is exactly 11 past 2, and we're in the studio here at the primary campus. I have with me inside the studio Amantla Nsala and Tata Taonyani, and today we're going to be having a real talk. So you might want to stay for this one. How's your afternoon going, guys? I'm just going to give you time to introduce yourselves.
It's hectic, but I love it. Hi guys, my name is Amantla Nsala. I am a high school graduate at the Dow Academy. I guess this is my only introduction so far. I hope you come up with a better one, Tato. Hi.
Hi, you guys. My name is Tatonyani. I am a graduate from the Dow Academy.
I know we're done with school, but can I give you guys homework? Can you guys come up with like better intros next time?
We need to.
I don't want to be hearing about the graduate thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we are graduates, though. It's something to
You
be
are
proud
graduate,
of.
but will you be graduating your entire life? No,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
we get
who
that.
are you as Amantla? So I'm giving you guys that homework.
Yeah,
Come up with better intros, right?
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, I am Hilda Tajanawando, your girl Mbali in the studio. Let us start with our real talk. But guys, how's your afternoon so far? Mine is hot, and
is
I am
hot.
fatigued.
It is so
Hydrated.
hot.
How are you guys?
I'm dehydrated, but you know what? Have to fake it till you make it. Hey, this
Yeah,
is
no?
what we're doing right now. We're pulling ourselves together to bring
Yeah.
the show. So I'm hoping that everyone is listening to us because we're about to have a very intense conversation that affects everyone here. So I'm hoping that our sacrifice, our thirst, is going to pay off.
Sacrifice. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Tato? How are you feeling this afternoon?
It is hot. I think it's 34 degrees Celsius right now, and it's hot. You can literally feel it. But yeah, today I'm feeling good. We're gonna be having a serious conversation regarding like mental health.
Yes, we are.
So,
We
so
are. Oh, there you go. You revealed the topic. Oh my gosh, do you guys hear that? We're gonna be talking about mental health, right?
Mhm,
Mental health. So that's something real over there.
mhm.
Definitely.
Okay, so what exactly is mental health, right? So according to like Google and stuff, mental health is like cognitive, behavioral, and emotional well-being,
Yeah.
and like absence of mental disorder.
Mm-hmm.
But you, as a person in the society, how would you define mental health?
Do you want to start or should I start, Tato?
For me, I would describe mental health as being no, be having an absence of any like mental illness, not having like depression, anxiety or stuff like that. And even when some things happen in life, you know how to healthily like express your emotions and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, Amanthe.
I think mine is almost the same as what Google said and what Tato said. I think from a young person's point of view, it's just your ability. No, not really ability, but your state of emotional and mental well being, not really short term but long term also, because we've heard of people committing
Mm-hmm.
suicide because of built up things. So we need to expand our definition to say that not only now but later and earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tato, so you're holding me down with the statistics, right?
Yeah.
Can you drop one for me?
Okay, so in Botswana, the country has a ratio of 17.7 mental health practitioners per 100,000 people.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
17.7
0.7 per healthy like practitioners
is
for
like
like mental health.
it's like people per doctor type
Yes.
of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So what do you guys feel about that? Like is BW doing like how's it doing? Like with this whole
uh
17 point.
I don't know. I think the conversation is not being heard enough. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Like we all find it super. We find it as an expectation for somebody to get in an accident and pass away. But when we hear that maybe somebody has committed suicide, it becomes, oh, why the person is such a coward. There's still those narratives among us. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just put it out there and say that this conversation is not being heard, and it's also not it's not inclusive. You
No.
understand? It's sort of like being said that only certain type of people are going to be involved in this conversation. Of which, if we're talking about people losing lives because of how they feel, then it certainly has to welcome everybody, because we all have a way in which we feel.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So you think like this statistics can be improved a bit? There could
They
be
can,
more
they definitely
can.
like
can.
health
And if
practitioners
yeah.
who
Yeah.
deal with mental health.
Yeah.
And if you
Okay.
look into it here, the statistics says that it's 17.7 mental health per 1,000, and the majority of that 17.7 are nurses. And then it becomes even more shocking because it's 0.29 psychologists
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow.
per 100,000
That's something.
people.
That's definitely something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause what exactly does a psychologist do?
A psychologist is like a person who I think evaluates people's mental well-being.
And the nurse takes care of the person who has the mental illness.
Yes.
So there are like fewer people who actually like know how to deal and tackle with the problem.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
okay.
I understand those statistics because you know what, guys, nurses are there when somebody's born, and they're also there when somebody, passes away. So they witness a life forming and a life, falling apart. So it's very difficult to take in. I mean, I can get really stressed over the fact that my outfit is not okay, and somebody is witnessing somebody losing their life. So that
Exactly.
needs to be definitely paid attention to.
But do you think that we can just like blame like the society? It's also our responsibility because what are you guys thinking about doing when you go to university? Like fewer people take up these courses.
Yeah.
That's why there are fewer people practicing it in society.
Yeah.
So it's just not the blame on like the government, and like it's just you as a person, and also look at how many people actually like want to do these careers. Is it like a segregated like industry though?
You know what? There's this opinion that says that when you start a statement saying "I feel like," somebody's like, "You feel like?" That's a white statement. There's still that in our society. As youngsters, as much as we know that mental health problems are there, we are the same people that create those narratives that say that mental health should not be prioritized. So we're not blaming it. We definitely shouldn't blame it on the government, because the initiatives that have been taken by the government to actually help people who are suffering from mental problems and all of that, I think it's everybody's problem. It's everybody's fault, whether it's youngsters, older people, because I know that there are some students who can actually say that, I approached my mom about me feeling depressed, and my mom was like, "Why do you feel depressed when I buy you clothes, when I buy you food?"
Exactly. Yeah.
As much as we're joking, that is actually still there. So I think it's everyone's fault. That's why I say that the conversation is not being heard enough.
I agree with Amantlan. I've also noticed that something with mental health is like we as a society and even the whole world at large, we should start treating mental illness as an illness.
Yeah.
Because people do not treat mental health like an illness. They just
Yeah.
treat it as like a trendy thing. Oh,
Yeah.
we're depressed. You know what I mean?
There's something to brag
Like,
about,
yes.
to get attention,
Yeah.
and that makes like the actual thing when it's actually really happening, not like being taken seriously.
Yeah.
And also on that attention thing, we see on these Instagram influencers going to Instagram, having live videos, saying that, "Oh, I was suffering from this," and some of them are not really talking about it to influence people to get help, but as a way to clout chase.
Sure.
And so it becomes a way, like I've seen so many stories on Facebook of people cutting themselves. Like, what is that on social media? It no longer becomes an important conversation, but it becomes a trend that everybody should participate in. And now that sort of like it just makes it seem as if mental health is not even a thing. It's just a
True.
joke.
It's like this thing where like if a popular person, it's like, yeah, I'm suffering from mental health, yada yada. My depression is like you guys have seen those TikToks, right?
Yeah.
We have seen
Yeah.
them.
And the thing, my problem is when those videos land on a young, impressionable audience, what are they gonna think? They're gonna think, oh, being depressed is a trend.
It's okay
Yeah,
to joke
yeah,
about
definitely.
Being
it.
depression is cool.
It's
Yeah.
okay, just say it lightly
Yeah.
and not take it seriously.
Yeah.
I feel like our society is definitely hearing us on this. Like,
Yeah.
don't just joke about mental health, guys. It's a real issue out there being faced.
Types of mental health? No.
Tato, do you have it?
Yes, that was my job actually.
Okay, there we go.
So I'm gonna tell you guys the most like common mental health illnesses that people suffer from. Okay,
Thank you.
at the top of the list, I don't think we're surprised. It's anxiety disorders.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then there's behavioral and emotional disorders in children, and then there's bipolar affective disorder,
Can we go
Yeah.
back to that? Like behavioral what?
behavioral and emotional disorders,
Disorders
in
in
children.
children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you say children, we mean like youngsters, like people who are doing like their primary school, right?
Mhm.
You're
Yeah.
talking about those people.
Yeah.
So how can you tell that this child has like behavioral disorders and emotional disorders? Have you guys ever come across like people who are like that?
I think, okay, I'm just going to, not really that this is a scientific way or anything, but I think that obviously it goes back to building a relationship with a child. I think at home, you need to make sure that a child's opinions, just by growing up, the child understands that their opinions should be heard. You understand? Like, you should make a relationship with a child in such a way that when this child is acting differently, you are able to realize there's this thing, like our culture has really made a norm that a child who's quiet is a child who's respectful. of which that is very wrong, because
Good
that
child.
it's a good child, but that's very wrong. You know, those children who are well spoken, who talk a lot, those are the children who tomorrow, when they feel some certain way, when they feel unsafe, then they're able to speak. That's why again we have so many rape cases of children, because we never realize the different changes in children, because from way back they're not allowed to completely validate their feelings, they're not allowed to talk, they're not allowed to behave the way children are supposed to behave.
So it's practically like know your child. Because let's say
Yeah.
if your child is quiet, then you know, oh, my child is quiet and this seems out of the ordinary. But if your child is like a bubbly person, then you know this seems out of the ordinary. So just practically know your child and how to relate with your child.
Definitely.
You know best
So-
what is.
Yeah, there's this old Setswana saying which I think we should just like abolish, just like get rid of this saying, because it really isn't unfair to the children. And I'm not just talking about it, but it was in English.
Yeah, what is
But in
that?
Setswana it says wana wa bona how
Yeah.
You guys have heard of that?
So the
Yeah.
translation for that would be
A child is seen, not heard.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's just a child is supposed to be loved, embraced, raised. And how do you raise a child? Like this is a human being. Human beings talk and listen.
Yeah.
So you can't just look at somebody grow. Then you didn't really raise the child.
Yeah,
'Cause you're not
yeah, definitely.
participating, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna take a break. Toya will play us a song. After that, we're gonna come back with
More on mental health.
yes, like signs on mental health and ways to deal with mental health.
And codes, because these are conversations which have been heard after all. So
Yes,
Yeah.
they are. This is 2. How are you guys?
TC babe, you what? Love for you is so very easy to do. You don't see the flaws. To you, I am a canvas painted to perfection. You see the best in me, bring out the smile in me. You bring out the light that lives inside of me. So as long as I live, I choose you. I choose you. Yeah, stand beside me. You're the only one I love.
Good afternoon, guys. We are back here with Real Talk. This is Amantlan Sala in the studio, Tato Tanyani, and me, your girl Mbali. We're talking about mental health today. If you just joined us, how is your afternoon? So, Amantle, now what are we discussing? Ways to deal with mental health.
These are ways in which we can deal with mental health problems. Okay, so we're going to discuss them, right? Because these are very particular. Okay, so the first one is value yourself.
Okay, value
Value
yourself
Yeah,
as
that's
a
a very
person.
strong one.
Okay.
Because I think we've heard people say know your worth, and people said, I know your worth. But really, you need to know your worth. You really need to value yourself, because if you don't value yourself, you don't understand, or you realize your worth, then how exactly are you going to deal with certain things? Because I feel like sometimes when we are not supposed to even deal with certain things, we deal with them because we feel the need to deal with them. I don't know if you get me. You guys can add on to that one. That's
Value your worth. Do you value your worth?
okay. On an honest conversation before, I was just saying I value my worth, but I didn't really value my worth.
Just saying it for.
Just saying it because we're all saying it.
Okay. So, what are ways in which you value yourself as Amantlan Sala?
Can you guys hear me now?
Oh my god. Oh, shit. Wow. Okay. So, that's my mistake, guys.
Oh my god.
Language.
Oh, that's my mistake.
Okay,
It's
so-
10 on your mind.
Okay, so it's okay. So we had
Let's have like rewind.
a recap of what we were
So we're talking
saying.
about ways to deal with mental
Ways
health.
in which we can deal with mental health,
I'm
and
sorry,
I mentioned
Amma. I'm sorry.
I mentioned that the first one is to value yourself, and we talked about how we're always saying that we need to know our worth, and saying it more status on Instagram everywhere. We say that we need to value our worth, but do we really value our worth? And then Hilda asked if I valued my worth, and I said that right now I feel like I do, but in the past I really didn't. It was more of everybody saying we should value the worth. So yeah,
Okay.
why not? You know,
Now I ask you, what are ways in which you value your worth?
ways in which we value. You know, the first thing.
No, you value your
Yeah,
worth.
I value. The first thing is that when I feel something towards somebody, I make sure that it's a conversation that is supposed to be heard. At times we think that the way we feel or is not really relevant, and that's wrong because it means that you feel like your feelings are not valid, you know. So I think the first thing that I use to value my worth is to make sure that my feelings are always justified regardless. And then secondly, if I feel uncomfortable in a space, whether it be it in any environment, I make sure that I exclude myself from that environment, because above everything, you should prioritize your comfortability, because that's the only time when you're going to be able to push yourself to be the best version of yourself. So I think comfortability and validating my feelings, those are ways in which that I value my worth.
So practically you're saying let your feelings be felt.
Exactly,
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. And also allow yourself to be in a comfortable environment.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. Tato, do you value your worth?
I value my worth a lot.
That's like a heavy question, guys. I mean, like, is it a heavy question?
It is a heavy question because
It is.
it's a heavy
Do
question.
you value your worth?
I
Yeah.
think I might even value my worth a little too much.
It's
Okay.
definitely
Yeah.
right.
Because one thing about me, I
But
like
is this such a thing as valuing your worth too much?
There's nothing such
It's
as
an
value.
extent to value your
No.
worth. No, right? If you value your worth, you value your worth.
Yeah.
okay.
There's a
That's
difference
good to-
between valuing your worth and having like
standards.
narcissistic behavior.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Okay.
get.
Okay.
So if you value yourself, you value yourself.
Yeah.
True. Like I think I value myself by sort of like not even entertaining conversations that I don't like want to have, or if I feel like this, or if I feel like why would you even ask me that, or why, what I'll do is I'll just be like, okay, yeah, okay, good, and end it there, because I don't want to continue with this, because
But like, can that be like sometimes being said of being like bougie or rude to somebody? Because imagine like you're talking to somebody, they're just like, If you don't have a conversation with somebody, I'm sorry, but I don't feel comfortable talking about this. But
Okay.
imagine I just spill everything and you're like, I'm thinking you want to have this conversation, but you probably don't know what to say back. So do you feel like your thing works, or just like excusing yourself from the entire conversation works?
Listen, if you say, sorry, I don't have this conversation with you, that I think that even comes across as like more rude, don't you think?
Really?
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
So I was watching this other podcast I think last week, and there's this girl who has been asked, how do you deal with haters, blah blah blah, and she was like, you know what, I'm very mindful of hypercritical people who pose as positive critics. And she was saying that people say, oh, excuse me as I play the devil's advocate, but one, I don't like the devil, and I certainly won't like his advocate, right? There's certain conversations where you feel the negative energy coming in and you literally need to stop it. So I think that's when you need to use the to show a person that I'm not interested. Because
Yeah.
people really approach you with the mindset of pulling you down, but posing, giving you a depiction that, oh, I'm trying to build you up, I'm trying to give you positive critics. So that needs to work at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because listen, if you say I'm not comfortable talking to you, I in my opinion, I feel like you've just given them like ammunition. They'll be like, oh, so you don't talk to us? No, no, no. Like you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
but like saying there's nothing that they can use to like throw back at you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But like you've had the saying silence means yes, like you're in agreement. So imagine if you're having a conversation with somebody and they're talking about something you don't necessarily agree with or believe in, but you just went with the whole tactic. So
Yeah.
they think that, oh, me and Tato, we stand like on this side, we together on this opinion. So how do you feel about that? Like, can you ever like be misunderstood in that way, and how would you deal
I
with
don't
that?
think I can like be understood this way because if they're asking a question like, do you like if they it's a open ended question, then that's when you need to say something. You don't say the like thing of like, yeah, okay, yeah. It only happens when you're just like, get this done.
It
Like,
shows that you're not interested in the conversation.
yeah.
Because a normal conversation, there's supposed to be back to back, same energy. So if I'm telling you that, oh, Hilda, this is how I feel about this, and you're like, you definitely don't want to talk to me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you had it, guys. Somebody giving you, they're
Move.
not in it.
Yes.
Not for the long run. So just end the conversation, because yeah, man, they're not having it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we do now?
The
is
second
cope.
one. No, we still have like a few
Few ways to deal with mental
ways
health.
to deal
I
with
feel like we should
matters.
stress this because we often talk about mental health and what it encompasses, but like ways to deal with them.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's go.
The second one is to take care of your body, and this includes eating nutritious meals, avoid smoking and vaping, drinking plenty of water, exercising, get enough sleep. This is an important one. Get enough sleep. Yeah, those are the only ones. So, eating healthy, avoiding smoking, and then drinking plenty of water, exercising, getting enough sleep.
How do you guys feel about the saying "you are what you eat"?
You are what you eat.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's one difficult one.
Very
Because they'll be
difficult.
like, okay, so if you take care of your body, then you know how to take care of yourself, you value yourself. So what you eat, then you are that. Because if you just don't take care of yourself, like you smoking, like which is to a level which is not healthy, and you're drinking to a level which is not healthy, and you're just eating like the worst like combination of food ever. So you don't love yourself apparently because you have to take care of your body.
Yeah.
You see.
True.
I think in that aspect, we need to know when to have enough of something. You
Exactly.
understand? Like when if you're into smoking, cool, but don't do it excessively. If you like eating fat cakes, don't do it excessively. We're at an age, even young kids are told that you have this, they give us carbohydrates, they have, it's a conversation which is even being heard by minors that, oh, I need to eat a balanced meal. You understand? So I think eating healthy, it's, you just need to know how much of something you need to have. because there are people who stress eat,
Yeah, yeah.
who stress eat, and those ones they every single time they feel like they're in a very uncomfortable space there they're eating, and that's so unhealthy. That's when you need to think about the what you were saying, that you are what you eat.
Okay,
But
so guys,
yeah,
a balanced meal. You're stressing that point, right?
a balanced meal.
Balanced meal. Balanced meal is like right proportions, right?
Yeah.
In
Mm-hmm.
the right amount.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
right quantity, right quality.
Yes.
Okay, Tata, how do you feel about that?
I
Like you are what you eat.
I think that's very much true. You know, some days you can be in a bad mood, not because no one made you angry, not
Yeah,
because
yeah,
just
definitely.
because maybe you haven't eaten that day, or maybe because you are eating unhealthy
Yo,
food.
guys, hunger can it can change someone's mood. Yo!
Yeah,
Honestly,
definitely.
Hunger is bad. Yo!
yeah.
Guys, no. I mean, we were like hungry like a few minutes ago.
We
And
literally spent the whole day quiet, the
like,
whole way
what
quiet.
happened?
We weren't talking.
Like, I
It
never
was
knew you
that
guys
bad.
could be that quiet. Yo!
Yeah, hunger. That's a
Like,
different
my people
enemy.
here were like mimes, yo.
We tried throwing in a few statements there, but
Now you can tell her, nah, my people don't got energy.
yeah.
Honestly.
So,
Okay, guys, there's this one where it's like take care of your body, which says get enough sleep. This is a very important one. So there's this thing which says that scientists say that you should stay like sleep for 8 hours, and people have been commenting on it saying that if you're gonna sleep for 8 hours, how are you going to make money, right?
let's count 8 hours. Like, let's count from, like, let's say 9. Can we count from 9? Let's say 9.
9, okay, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 a.m. So if you
Yeah.
sleep at 9 p.m. and you wake up at 6 a.m., you have exactly 8. No, if you wake up at 5 a.m.,
Mhm.
you say 9, 10, 11, right? 12, 1, 2, 3.
You wake up at 5
4.
a.m. Yeah.
4, actually.
4.
Can we count Oh my
Well,
gosh,
anyway,
what is
you wake up
happening?
sometime. You wake up
Guys,
sometime.
We
No,
haven't been to a math class in a long time.
In a long
Forgive us.
time, like it's
should I call
we
the
lo-
bad ones to help us?
we wrote our math paper on like the week of the 18th of October. Imagine,
Hit
so
week. That was hit week, right?
hectic one.
I feel like all Form 5s 2021 can understand.
Yeah,
Hit week, like
yeah.
what we talk about when we say hit week. Like,
The
that week was
dangerous week of the
hectic.
18th. Yes,
That
man.
week of
Wow.
the 18th,
Yeah.
traumatized.
Yeah. Continue.
Like, you died a few times and resurrected. Like,
Ooh, that
yo,
week was hectic.
girl.
Mhm.
So you have like if you sleep at 9 p.m. and you wake up somewhere around 4 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
4 a.m.
Yeah.
You have like 8 hours of sleep. So if you push, like, let's say you push your night to somewhere around 10, maybe 11, you probably wake up around 6.
Yeah.
So can you see that that's really disrupting your schedule and your working time? I mean, working hours are like from what? In BW, I know that working hours, like, they start from like somewhere around 7, 8
Mm-hmm.
to like somewhere around 5, right? So are we really disrupting your schedule of like making money?
Also,
yeah.
I saw this other tweet by Chrissy Teigen. Some guy once tweeted saying that I don't sleep for 8 hours because I'm making my money, and then Chrissy Teigen replied and said I'm rich and I sleep a full 10 hours.
Look at that. Boom,
Yeah.
that's my girl. Woo!
So I think she's just basically tired of all like because there are ways to make money and still value yourself and still value your sleep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
I
will you
think-
kill yourself over money? Who's gonna spend the money? I'll spend it for you. Give it to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what? I'm thinking that the week of the 18th specifically, I slept, guys.
Look at the way we talk about it. The week of the 18th.
The week of the
That's so
18th.
honest.
I think
Dun, dun,
If
really
you're an IGCSE student 2021,
You
the week
understand.
of the 18th,
You understand that.
Yeah, so the week of the 18th, I slept and I didn't regret it. But the week before, I did sleep like 4 hours, 3 hours. Basically, I think that you need to make sure that if you want to push some things, don't create a hectic schedule for yourself which is going to run for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That's the unhealthy part. It's okay to push yourself to sleep for like 3 hours, 4 hours, but don't do it always, because
Yeah.
it'll affect your activity during the day. It's okay
Yeah.
to say that,
Definitely.
yeah, it's okay to say that I'm gonna sleep 4 hours today because I have this. Like right now, I'm sure like all of us here have so many things going on that sometimes our days filled with this, which is amazing, and then we also have to squeeze in a bit of writing this, doing this, you know. So sometimes we don't get the full 8 hours. We get 7 hours, 6 hours, you know, those kind of hours. But we don't do it every single day. Don't
Yeah.
be consistent with creating a hectic schedule for yourself. Sometimes just tell yourself that, you know what, this week I'm done with life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sleeping it through. So to all my hustlers out there,
Don't hustle for a long time. Chill.
balance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you check your balance, man. Like, let yourself a few hours of shut eye. I mean, you can't do nobody harm. You're still
Yeah.
making money. You're a hustler. I'm sure you can make it up in the day. And
Hmm.
also make time for your family. Because if you don't have time to actually sleep, what about like other things like
Yeah,
family
yeah,
time,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you know, and
definitely.
stuff? And like sleep is important because like you give your body to rest. That means you don't even eat properly. And you
Yeah.
need to take care of yourself to be able to make money.
Yeah.
You know? So what's my other way of taking care of? Or
Your
ways of
other way. Oh, this is a very important one. Surround yourself with good people.
energy. Good
This is,
energy.
you know what, if you're with somebody and I'm like, oh, I want to go to Harvard, and you're like, that's impossible, but I'm saying I want to go to Harvard, and you're telling me that those small things that people say to you that you really yourself truly believe in, but that instead making you feel like those are just unrealistic dreams, those small things are the ones which really hurt your feelings, but you don't realize that. So it's very important to surround yourself with people who reciprocate the same energy as
There we
you.
go.
Are
Can
you
you repeat that and like stress that?
reciprocation of energy, whether in a friendship, a relationship, and family relations? You know, sometimes we feel the need to just keep being with toxic family members because they're blood. Let me tell you something, you pull me down regardless of whether you're family or your friend or whatever you are living my life because I want to progress. There is no way I'm going to deal with a person who's going to push me back just because we've been together for 15 years, for 10 years. No, 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 no. The way I feel is important because if I don't feel okay, I'm not going to make you feel okay. I've never seen a relationship whereby I'm not okay and the next person is okay and we'll say that we're in a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
So it's very important to surround yourself with people of the same positive energy. And I'm not saying that surround yourself with people who give you more positive energy than you, because at the end of the day, it needs to be balanced. You're not supposed to drain the next person. It needs to be an equal relationship.
Okay, so would you say you surround yourself right now? Are you surrounded with like positive energy, reciprocative behavior?
You know what? I recently just went under some serious self introspection, and I think this is a conversation that we need to have. Like, before you think about whether the next person is reciprocating the same energy, think about the energy you're reciprocating.
Ooh, you
That's
heard
a very
that,
important.
guys.
That's a very
True.
important conversation. Before you start saying, "I don't want toxic people. I don't want people who make me feel like, how are
Are
you
you
making
toxic?
exactly? Are
Uh-huh.
you toxic?"
Uh-huh,
So
uh-huh.
if you want people with good energy, if you want people with amazing energy, you need to give out that energy. So I
True.
went back and I was like, okay, so this is how I'm treating people. And then again, I think I switched up my circle a little bit. And I'm like, because there's certain people who influence you to be a certain person. You
Exactly.
understand? Sometimes it's not because you're really giving out that bad energy, it's because the people I'm surrounded by are given that energy, and so I also have to give that energy. So surrounding yourself, so I think for me right now, I'd say the level of education that I've received now, the knowledge that I have right now, that has allowed me to not only think about the energy that the next person is giving me, but also the energy that I'm giving the next person, has allowed me to create relationships that are just mutually healthy. Yeah, so right now I'd say yes, whatever relationship or friendship that I am making today is definitely positive.
Okay, okay. So are you a positive influence to other people? Like everyone you've encountered in your life, would they be like, you know, Amantha, definitely positive influence on me?
I you know what, I definitely don't think so. I think honestly speaking, you're
So
not
you're
going to.
guilty.
No, you know what, there are people that I've been definitely very positive towards, but there are also people I've never been positive toward because I probably didn't feel the need to be. You know, I'm not going to tell myself that I'm this really good person who has been positive to everyone. To some extent I've been really bad to some people, and I've been really good to some people. So I think I'm just balanced. But right now, like I said, I really try to just emit positivity throughout.
Okay, what about you, Tato? Would you say you're surrounded by positive people right now? Like
Uh,
everybody in your life is positive.
okay, let me think. I think right now, yes, I think right now everyone in my life is positive, but then we must also think. We always say other people around us positive. Must also understand that people can't be positive all the time, but as long as they're positive consistently, like
Overally,
yeah,
like
overally,
overly.
like Hilda, you will have your days.
I
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
You will
yeah,
have your days,
I
yeah.
do have my days.
and I feel like we should also learn to respect that. If
Mm-hmm.
someone just has one day of like that being kind of like not a nice person,
Yeah,
that's you don't cut someone off just
Give them
like
yeah,
that space.
you
Allow
can
them
definitely.
to experience different emotions.
Yeah.
exactly because like yeah, basically that's my entire thing. Like
Okay.
that's what I. That's also one thing I've also learned is that like someone should not be positive every single day.
It'll drain you.
It'll drain you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
will.
as long as they are overly consistent, just as they're overly trying to become a good person or they're on that route or they do good things.
As long as they don't disturb like your mental health.
As long
Yeah.
as yes,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
long as they do not disturb your mental health. Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Like I
I
said,
hear
like
you.
on the
I
concept
hear
of
you.
reciprocation of energy, you think about there was a day when I was really down and my friend was there for me. So when my friend is also down, I'm supposed to be there. That's also reciprocation of energy. It's not just oh, if Hilda's being rude to me, I'm gonna be rude to them. Now I'm reciprocating energy. No, 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 no. It's about also just overally as a friend or whatever relation you have with somebody, you need to reciprocate like energy from a long term moment, not just a short term. Don't reciprocate the energy you're getting now fast. Just think about your whole relationship. How has this person been to me from my worst times to my good times to just my moderate times?
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say reciprocate energy, reciprocate all types of energy or just like positive energy?
Okay. You know what? I'm one person who really gives you the energy you give me. Okay, so if I meet somebody who's very weird and rude to me, I have no whatsoever I don't know need to really be nice to you. Like I definitely don't. Guys, you know what? I feel like this life thing, go to people, there's this like certain conversations that are saying that, oh, if somebody's being nice to you, being bad to you, be a good Samaritan and be nice. No, 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 you're wasting your energy because the other people who are really, really
Okay.
nice to you, that you can be. No, there's a serious conversation,
True.
guys.
Okay.
You're going to
Okay.
spend the whole day trying to make somebody happy when that person is doing nothing
Make someone
towards you.
happy. No.
Sometimes it's not really about if this person is rude, I'm going to be rude back. It's just about if this person is rude, I'm not getting that energy. I'm blocking that energy, in fact. In
True.
that way, I won't have to reciprocate any energy at all. So if somebody is being rude to me, I'm not receiving that. Keep it, ma'am. And then I just want reply to that. I just want entertain that. That's why I was saying that that lady who was saying that if somebody is trying to pull me down by saying that, let me play the devil's advocate, I'm not interested in that devil nor his advocate. So you definitely do not indulge in that conversation. So reciprocation of energy, it only happens with good energy, basically.
Okay. Okay.
If somebody gives you bad energy, don't receive it.
Lautra
Yeah.
guys,
Sure.
you heard it from Amante. Like, be good if somebody good, somebody bad. Walk away, man. Don't stay in
easy.
their company.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you're gonna end up being bad yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Okay, so
Should we
we're gonna
go for a breather?
should go for a break. When we come back, we're gonna be having some interesting quotes and commenting on them. In fact, I'm gonna put you guys up to task to come up with your own quotes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you think not just I'm talking about you guys.
Oh, us.
You guys.
We have to come up with codes about
Yeah.
mental health. Wow.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you like a time with a length of a
Wait,
song.
what about you?
I'm hosting this, so I can do anything I want.
Okay, girl. So wait, we're
Okay.
supposed to do what?
Come up with your own code after we read the codes which we have. So I want a bomb code from you and from Tato. Just like about life in general. You see, I even give you like a little wide like bracket. I could have just said
Okay.
mental health, but I said life.
Life in general.
You are living life,
Yeah.
so give me a quote about it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
Miss Toy, give us a song. Okay, good afternoon, guys. We are back. 323 here in the studio, the primary campus. I am still with Amanda and Salah, Tata Tanyani, and I'm your girl Bali. Still on the conversation about mental health. So now we're jumping
Yeah.
onto
Yeah.
our quotes, right?
Yeah.
So
We're
hit me with
jumping.
one. Let's go.
Oh, okay. So this is a very strong one. It's by Glenn Close. Yeah.
What does Glenn Close
I don't
say?
know if it's a he or she, but this person says what mental health needs is more sunlight, more candor, more unashamed conversation.
Can you
Mhm.
just say that for me one more time? Just because I
What?
love your voice, not because
Yeah.
you didn't hear me.
What mental health needs is more sunlight, more candor, more unashamed conversation.
Did you hear that one? Woo!
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is a very, very
Strong.
strong and powerful
Gents, you owe
quote.
me a
Yeah.
soda.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think it's just in
Did you
relation
just
to
say
what we're
yeah
doing.
to owe me a soda?
No, I'm saying yeah to the quote.
Oh.
I'm not buying you a
Oh.
soda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Almost got that one.
Surround yourself with people who don't ask you to buy sodas, guys.
Yo, okay. Shot. Okay,
Wow.
shot.
Yeah, so this quote is just in relation to what we're doing, guys. We're having a conversation about mental health and we're not ashamed. And I think soon we're just going to be talking about our experiences with, mental health. I guess we're going to that. So should we move on? Do you guys want to say something about this quote?
More sunlight.
More sunlight.
More sunlight. You
Def
heard
agree
that.
to the more
I
sunlight.
feel like the more sun. How many more sunlight can you get in BW, guys? Yo,
2 point some. What's our population?
I got me enough sunlight for today. I will tell you that.
Mhm.
It's too hot outside. Top, you said how many degrees?
34
31.
degrees.
34 degrees, guys. Honestly,
Mm.
this is us 34 degrees. No more sunlight, please. Okay, next quote, please.
Okay. So this is by Kerry Washington.
Kerry Washington.
Yes, it says, I think it's really important to take the stigma away from mental health. My brain and my heart are really important to me. I don't know why I wouldn't seek help to have those things be as healthy as my teeth.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Should I repeat it? This is very, very powerful.
Mm.
Yes, please.
She says, I think it's really important to take the stigma away from mental health. My brain and my heart are really important to me. I don't know why I wouldn't seek help to have those things be as healthy as my teeth.
Yeah.
Do you guys hear that? So practically, we go to the dentist more than like we take care of our own like mental health, our
Yeah.
brain, and our heart.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And honestly, like teeth, yo, like, can you live with just teeth
No.
and just ignore your brain and your heart?
Mhm.
I don't think so.
No.
Like, if you're to prioritize our body organs, I think brain and heart would be like somewhere in the top three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay?
definitely.
And your dentals will probably be like, I don't
Because
know,
you can live
top
without
10.
teeth.
Top 10. People
Yeah.
get fake teeth nowadays. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think this quote really sheds light on the idea that do not pay more attention to a physical wound than an emotional wound.
Mhm.
It's not just I think we've seen so many times when maybe one of your younger siblings or cousins maybe hurt themselves maybe by hot water and the whole house starts screaming, but when they start crying it's like, oh, just give her a sweet. So I think it just sheds light on the idea of the physical wounds, and they are important, but emotional wounds are equally or probably even more important than physical wounds.
I've heard a saying that as human beings are like visual beings. Like, as
Yeah.
humans are like visual beings. Like, we just look at like what we see, not what we feel
Yeah.
or what we hear.
Yeah.
Or more of like the visual, the appearance
Yeah.
and stuff.
Mhm.
So we should tilt that a bit, tone it down a bit,
Mhm.
and just start like focusing on inside.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, you as a person, where do you stand, and where does the other person stand? Because you have an impact on them.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Tyler, wanna comment on that?
I think it's very true because even like it isn't even just about teeth. I feel like when you call in sick to work,
Mhm.
you can say hi, I have a runny stomach, or you say I have the flu. You
Yeah.
can't call into work and say, "Hey, I'm not
Uh-huh.
feeling good
Yeah.
today." You
Yeah.
can't call into work
Yeah.
and say, "Hey, I'm having anxiety."
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
call
Mm-hmm.
the boss will say like, and
You're not
you're not
serious.
serious.
Mm-hmm.
What do you
Yeah.
think? So I think it's very much true that people should like physical health, like teeth and everything, more seriously than they do
Mm-hmm.
mental health.
Yeah,
Okay.
Like if
definitely.
I get sick, if I get a flu, there's a whole genre of soup. I can get chicken soup. I can get this.
Yeah.
But there's no like element or anything that'll make your mental health.
Like off the shelf
Yeah,
Immediately,
remedy.
yeah,
yeah.
stable.
Okay,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
okay. So, Tato, you are encouraging workspaces to
Yes.
change their policies.
That's an interesting conversation, you know.
I
Yeah.
think workplaces should definitely change their policies. Do you know like when you get like this sometimes in some companies you get disabled, you like break a leg or something. Because you that disability happened at work, what happens is they're gonna pay you until you're able to come to work again, a full salary.
Yeah, they compensate you for
But this,
that.
but in the other side of the hand, if something happens at work that you're traumatized, like if you get like that robbery in Botswana nowadays, and like it's let's say you're a till worker at Choppies, and Choppies gets robbed, and you see the guns, and you see someone get shot, uh and you have a mental breakdown because you're traumatized. That Choppies is not legally allowed to pay you for therapy or counseling.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. So what happens is these companies like will pay you for physical health issues, but they
Yeah.
won't pay you for mental
Yeah.
health issues, despite them happening at work,
Yeah.
which is very
That's so.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Mm.
That's why I feel like, yeah, you're right. Like, we need to like make this more aware that mental health is something, guys, and you have to like pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because somebody being traumatized, like when something eats you from within,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah.
like it's real. Like it's real
Definitely.
and it's like more damage.
Mm-hmm.
There's like this insect, right? Like a stalk bore, right? It's the maize plant from within, and then like it really like damages the plant. So you won't notice until the plant falls down.
Yeah.
So like if something is eating someone from within, you won't notice until like they fall down.
Yeah.
So like let's just like pay attention to that. Like this things like being traumatized is real, and it's not like white people things, guys. It's like human things, whether you're
Yes.
white or you're black. Race doesn't matter when it comes to mental
And we
health.
should stop this thing, Kabo. Depression, anxiety. Just like it's a makoa.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
happens to everyone.
Exactly,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. It's not good. Like working organs, like you can feel something.
Yeah.
It can happen to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's respect that.
Yeah. So the last quote for
Before your guys' codes, like I'm not forgetting about
yeah, the
that.
last quote from
Like
Google.
don't make me forget about that.
The last quote from Google. It's not by anybody. I think it's just by an organization. They're saying that having a mental illness like anxiety, depression, bipolar, BPD, PTSD is not a joke. It's not just about feeling sad or being moody all the time. If we could click our fingers and just snap out of it, don't you think we would? Until you have walked in our shoes, thought in our head, and felt the hurt we have, don't you dare judge us and dehumanize us for something we did not cause ourselves, nor did we ask to have it.
Okay, okay, okay.
So this is just giving an idea that, you know what, don't talk about something negatively if you haven't experienced it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You shouldn't just like judge book by its cover.
And guys, let's get educated, yo.
Before you actually say your opinion to a wider audience, because you're influencing what another person is going to
True.
think.
Yeah.
So be educated. I agree with that 100%. Know what exactly you are talking about instead of spreading news that are probably wrong.
So that's more about like awareness.
Yeah.
And like respect.
And-
Definitely about respect.
And this might be controversial, but guys, before you go see a pastor or prophet to take out demons, can you like check with your psychologist or doctor? Maybe this person does not have demons. Maybe this person has
Yeah.
schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Maybe because schizophrenia is a real mental health illness, and people
Yeah.
can mistake it for like demons.
I feel like churches nowadays are more like educated and aware of this.
True.
Like I don't know about other churches, but my church, it does make people aware of the fact that not everything is like spiritual. Like us as Christians, sometimes we tend to like over spiritualize things when something is just like the way it is.
Yeah.
Like I remember this pastor once made a joke that when you see a snake passing like in front of your gate, then you think, ah, Bakulile for sure. Like you
Yeah.
start going to spray holy water and something, but the snake was just passing. Like it's nature. Like yo,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
chill. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
stop over like exaggerating everything and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
definitely.
you will take someone who has like a mental illness, a legit mental illness, and you just take them to like this prayer session thinking that it's my demon, but it's like something that they actually like was born with, and like
Mhm.
it's not like spiritual,
Yeah.
but it's something that can be treated with like medicine and
Modern
stuff.
medicine. Yeah.
I'm not trying to discredit prayer because
Yes.
like, but give the person the help which they need and also pray for them.
Yes.
But don't just be like, no, it's just prayer. No, somebody's
Yeah.
mentally ill. They
Yeah.
need professional help.
Help.
People who know how to deal with it.
I think another thing is the TV that we watch. I think these shows that we watch, they also need to include such conversations.
True.
Not only just like have, they need to literally create characters that depict those situations. They need to show that these are real life situations. Everyone is subjected to go through them. Everyone is going to somehow experience those situations. It's not only about, watching just, it should, they should create shows which actually show that these things exist so that we could learn, because education is not only about going through I don't know, reading articles. It's not about that, because some people are not interested in reading articles.
True.
It's not only about learning from your friend. It's also about the TV that we watch. Is it inclusive of such stereotypes? Does it make it known that we need to be aware of mental health problems? Does it make it known that they need to be prioritized? So also I think as a country we need to invest more on these TV programs, because I think a majority of Botswana, they still watch BTV, right? And that those who are not educated about this. So we need to make sure that we create TV shows, invest in create the creative industry, to make sure that we create shows that not only entertain but educate and give a platform so that people are all involved in this conversation that we're having.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you're echoing is like finding different and creative ways to like
Yeah.
tackle and to like bring awareness to this mental health
Yeah.
issue.
Mm-hmm.
Because itself is not like the most interesting topic in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So make it appealing and make it in a way that even like children from a young age are aware that there's something called mental health.
Yeah.
And there's something called mental illness which they need to be like aware of.
Yeah.
Because I mean you can make a child watch like an entire like maybe like news story on like mental health. They're gonna get bored.
Yeah.
So get like an animated
Mhm.
version of it. They'll understand it even better than like the big
Yeah.
terminologies which you'll be using and stuff, and be
Yeah.
able to relate and be like, oh, like when they go to school, oh, by the way, Fifi, I saw this the other day. Like you shouldn't laugh at somebody when this happens.
Yeah.
Like, you can disturb them mentally,
Mhm.
from a young age.
Yeah.
Grow up with that, like,
Yeah, that mentality.
exactly, with that acceptance, of people who are like that.
Yeah, I think
And
on
awareness.
And
Yeah.
Another thing, I just did this to like prove a point. I just opened Instagram right now, and the first thing I saw was someone with like an iPhone 11 Pro, and they're taking a mirror picture, and it's shirtless, and they're showing off. So, which is another thing I'd like to add on with like social media, that we should not like compare ourselves to people on social media.
Yeah.
Because listen,
Mhm.
now if you go on my Instagram, even I think everyone that if you go on my Instagram, the pictures I post, those are the best pictures. I think those are the pictures I want people to see.
Okay, yes,
Mhm.
definitely.
Those
Especially-
are if I look back, I'm not gonna post that to the entire world. So someone might look at these pictures and be like, "Oh, Tato's living the life, yada 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 yada." You might see my stories of me going to room 52, but do you know that today I forgot my money and Hilda had to buy me a Fanta? Do you see that? Am I gonna post about that on Instagram?
No.
No. So we should definitely stop like trying to like compete with people on Instagram, because at the end of the day, that the entire thing is also fake. Those people are posting the best versions of themselves. That are
Exactly.
posting the best moments. So imagine you're comparing your ordinary life with someone's exaggerated life, because on Instagram we all exaggerate ourselves.
Okay, so
Yeah.
guys, I am anti social media, so don't blame me for that because you can see what's happening, man.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this one time, like, one of my uncles posted like a photo when he was in a plane,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. I remember like my other uncles were getting stressed, like, oh my gosh, Bona hela gore he's in a plane, like, as we're here. And that's like a picture which I actually took like the last time when he came to see my uncles. And they
Yeah.
didn't even notice that.
Mm-hmm.
And they thought it was like recent. Like that was so funny because it's like he literally that's the picture which he took like last time when he came to see you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you're getting stressed about something just like a year ago.
Yeah.
Like honestly, and don't be like trying to keep up with like world standards. Make your standards.
Make your own standards.
Keep up with that, cause it's your life, man. Who's living it?
I think it
You.
just it goes back to the idea of living your life for you.
Exactly.
You need
I
to,
like
yeah,
that.
you need to, yeah, you
Live
need
your
to,
life for
you,
you.
you need to live your life for you. It applies with sometimes the Nike Air Forces are trending, right? Don't buy them because somebody else is buying them. This dress is trending. Don't buy because I'm wearing it. Do things that make you genuinely happy. Sometimes we're so focused on competing with people that it's so weird that we don't even know. Like I could see somebody on Instagram and I literally follow her and I'll make sure that whatever it is that I post on Instagram is better than what she is. And you know what?
Exactly.
And you find out that that person might have really just asked or borrowed that dress from a friend.
True.
You don't know how people's lives are, so don't compete with them.
Yeah.
Okay. So any last words? Oh, not last words, but can I have my coat? Can I have my coat? Don't be
Quote
smiling
about
at
life.
me. Coat
Okay.
about life.
Do you want to start or should I start?
I think let me start. I just thought of this, so I think I'm like the next.
Before you forget,
Uh-huh.
you want to tell me?
Yeah. Guys, I'm the next Shakespeare because this one, wow.
Yeah.
I said so. This quote, original by me. Do not, do not chase after something you already have when there's. Don't chase after something you already have when you can strive for something you don't have.
Don't
Oh,
chase
fu-
after something
you already
Really?
you
have.
already have when you can strive for something that you don't have.
Yes.
You hear that? I think that's a good one. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give it to you. You hear that, guy?
Yeah.
Some things you already have them, but then you just don't see it yourself. And now you're chasing after them when you already
Honestly.
have them. So
I
you
think-
can't get them because you already have it.
Yeah.
So don't stress because you got it.
I think it goes back to the fact that do like get things that you need, not you what you want. Yeah, sometimes you want things and probably because of the most stupid reasons, do something that you really need to do. Like some things that are actually going to elevate you in terms of lead to your mental growth, your, maturity.
I'm actually reminded of like a quote by Nanny McPhee. Do you guys know Nanny McPhee?
No.
You don't know Nanny? Oh, you guys are giving me stress in the afternoon. Who has grown up and doesn't know Nanny McPhee? What? So she's like this nanny, obviously, right? So like she has this method. Like one of
Is
those.
she super nanny?
No, she's not like a super nanny. Yeah, she is a super nanny.
Is it from like that TV show Super Nanny?
No, it's not, sweetie. It's
Oh,
an
okay.
entire like movie.
Oh, sorry.
So like Nanny McPhee, right? She has one of those chicks who trick you who are super smart and trick you into doing something. She's like one of those. She's like this clever methods of getting children in line. So she goes like, when you need me and no longer want and don't want me, I will stay. And when you want me and no longer need me, I will go. You see, and she does exactly that. When the kids need her because they've got bad behavior, right? She stays. But obviously, they wouldn't want her.
Yeah.
See,
Oh,
but when they
yeah.
want her now, because like they now get along and understand each other, but they don't need her anymore because what that behavior is no longer like bad.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Yeah.
get it?
Yeah.
You guys should
Definitely.
watch Nanny McPhee when you get to
Yeah.
your houses. How'd you grow up without that? Samantha, may I please hear your
My code. Okay, it's not gonna make sense right now, but when I explain, it's gonna make sense. So it says that we all walk through the same path, but some walk barefooted.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, so how I'm gonna explain it is that You know, when you have a conversation with different people, you realize that we all really share the same problems. We are all going through family problems, financial problems, but what matters is how you deal with them. You understand? So we will sit down and I'll tell you that, oh, I'm going through this, and we'll go through the same exact problem that I'm having. But I will be mentally stable about it because of the way I approach the situation compared to you, who will attack this problem aggressively and not really in a calm manner. So that's why I say that we all walk through the same path, but some walk barefooted. Because
Okay.
if we're walking on a road and I'm wearing shoes, it's going to be easy for me. But if you're walking barefooted, it's definitely not.
So same path, but just different ways in which we walk it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, guys, we're wrapping it up. Today we're talking about mental health.
We have a question. You forgot our question. This is a very important question that I feel like people should even comment about it, even after they watch it like later on. You guys need to comment about this. The question that we talked about before the show started, when we say that should prisoners be given the right to say it. You wrote it down,
I wrote it down.
didn't you?
No, you
Or
said
should I say it?
prisoners be given privileges of like mental health counseling sessions?
Yeah, should they
Yeah.
also be cancelled?
Because I feel like they should, because isn't it, prison is all about rehabilitation. It's all about transforming someone into a better person so that they don't do the crime again. And I think part of that process of making sure that someone does not do the crime once they're out of prison is changing the way they think, their mindset. You think to yourself, what would lead to someone murdering someone? You think that, and then you say, okay, because this and that, and then you go in with a plan, like, as I'm talking like as a potential, as like, then you go in with a plan like, okay, so he has these issues, so maybe his mindset is this, how can we change his mindset for the better?
Yeah.
And that's something only mental health professionals can do.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think to add on to that, prisoners, they're not only just criminals, they are sisters to people. They are brothers,
Yes.
their fathers, their mothers, their cousins. Some of them are not going to be in that prison forever. They're going back to the society, and the last thing you want is to mold a creature that is going to harm the society. So they should be shown that whatever they're going through there, it is not to reveal or to create the wildest self, but to transform them into great citizens, great family members, great friends. And so I really think that yes, they should be given those rights to be able to speak their feelings. I always think that, for a criminal to be made, it's not just that decision to be a criminal. You understand? It goes back to one, family. How was the person raised? It's not only that parents' fault though, but some families are really dysfunctional.
True.
Some families are really toxic, that the person goes through a process whereby they really metamorphose into this very bad person who blames society, who blames everybody for whatever it is they're going through. So maybe we as a society, we as their friends or family members, were not able to change them before it's too late, but at least there should be another place, even though it's more of a punishment, where they're able to transform into a great person. So I think that's just my takeaway on whether or not they should be given these privileges. And also because of their rights, I'm thinking that prisoners also have human rights, or do they not? And I think one of their rights is freedom of speech. So they should be able to speak and be able to just validate the feelings. And the only way to validate and to know that your feelings should be validated is to meet somebody who's going to teach you that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you heard it here, guys.
Yeah.
But how do you guys feel about something being said like this? Somebody not being given human rights because they took away a human life. So it's like, you took away a human life,
Mm-hmm.
so why should we award you human rights?
Are we talking about
You
the death penalties?
Okay.
You took away somebody's right to have human rights. Why should you be awarded human rights?
Mhm.
So how do you feel about like people who commit murder? Because it literally took away a human life.
Yeah.
So and now we're just fighting for their human rights.
Mhm.
But yet they denied somebody, like the privilege to actually have those rights.
That is actually a very good
And
question.
Yeah, it is.
It's not in
It
their
is.
power.
Yeah.
It was not even like that decision to make. They
Mhm.
did that to somebody, and that was somebody's sister,
Yeah.
somebody's
Yeah,
mother,
yeah, yeah.
somebody's father,
Mm-hmm.
and here you are fighting for your rights when there was somebody who was who deserved those rights, who was supposed to have those rights, but you took away their right to have those rights.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
is a very controversial question because one, you have to look at it from
Two
the
perspectives.
two perspective, the bystander as the unbiased person, and one, the person who has literally lost the person that they love.
Yes.
I think in the perspective of a bystander and a biased opinion, one thing that we learn, whether it's school, whether it's family, is that you should never return hate with hate. You know, the moment we return hate with hate, the cycle continues. That if maybe the person who killed another person was like, okay, if maybe there's a man who killed a woman and that man had a daughter, and then maybe that people can be manipulative, maybe they told that daughter that I didn't do anything,
Yeah.
that daughter is going to grow up with that hatred, you know. So I think, and then also we create another creature. I'm just thinking that honestly, going to prison, that's the punishment that they need. As an unbiased person going to prison, that's the punishment that they need. But in the case of a person who is, in this case, maybe a victim, huh,
I feel like
it's very sad, honestly, because you no, I don't think anyone deserves that. But
True.
I think the most important thing, like we said, is to make sure that services of counseling are there, because the last thing you want is to be happy that, oh, this person killed my family member and so this person is also dead. That's the worst type of justification that you need. You don't want.
and you don't even. Oh, there's a comment. It says,
Oh.
glad to hear that this is a conversation among young people. I am from a generation that didn't even
Mm-hmm.
believe in mental health.
Oh.
That is sad. Mental health is
Mm-hmm.
real. Companies can do much more to help employees in good care.
Definitely,
Sure.
Thank
definitely.
you, Steven
I mean,
Holtson.
if I'm agreeing with him, there was a time when my mom would come home like exhausted, like literally exhausted. She was having a mental and physical burnout. And I was asking her, like, why don't you communicate with your colleagues? And she told me that, you know what, this is a conversation that it is not heard. You understand? This is not a conversation that you can sit down with your colleague and say, you know what, I'm tired for no reason. So like Tato was saying that
Yeah.
it's a question of, are you really serious with getting this money? So these are conversations that definitely need to be heard, and it's good that as young people we are aware of these stereotypes, and I think that is one step closer to changing them. Yeah. So thank you, Stephen. Stephen.
So to wrap up this session, today we're talking about mental health. So practically be cautious, be
Yeah.
caring, be
Mm-hmm.
considerate.
Mm-hmm. Be accommodative.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like give off positive energy, but don't strain yourself out to
Yeah.
always be like,
Mm-hmm.
the one supporting people emotionally.
Be your own
You
priority.
also got yourself to take
Mm-hmm.
care of.
Yeah.
You know? So before you take care of other people, take care of yourself so that we
Definitely.
can better accommodate other people because you are okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mental health is very important, guys. Wrapping up this session, I had
It's
Tato Tanyani, Amantla Sala in the studio, and I'm your girl Bali. This is
So-
exactly 4
Wait,
to
before we
4.
close it up, guys, any last words?
Last word. I feel like we had our last words.
Yeah.
I think we don't have our last words.
Oh no, we should tell people that, you know what? Let's keep this conversation going.
Let
Yeah.
us. But
It shouldn't end here.
this is real talk.
Yeah, real talk.
We're gonna keep it real. And we're gonna keep it. We're gonna
Yeah.
keep talking.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all don't worry. We're gonna be bringing you guys like different
Topics.
Topics, definitely. And
We
if
can
you
keep it real and we can keep it talking.
Yeah.
That's one thing which I love doing is talking. Guys.
if you want us to come back, please do comment down below. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Comment down below.
You can even drop some of the topics which you guys want us to talk
Yeah,
about.
or
Yeah.
and put hashtag real talk at the end. Drop your
Hashtag real
topic.
talk.
Yeah, hashtag real talk, and we'll be back with another topic. And that's a wrap for me. I'm Antlan Sala.
It's a wrap from me, Tata Tonyani.
And this is your girl Bali signing out. Peace out, yo. Thank you, my
Thank
TDI.
you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
mpatele sale rato mona kwena ha ke sa tlhole ke go batla bo botshelo jaaka